Now here's one that I'm actually really excited for. Hey, it's Joshua Vigar from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And it's time to unbox and give my first impressions on the Moto X. And here is the phone right there. Yes, I love me some bamboo. If you want me to like a customized version of your phone, probably put some bamboo on it. I'm probably gonna like it, and that's exactly what I got. I have an inscription down here on the bottom. If you know my Meet the Team video, you know that my phrase for the way that I live my life is the next moment is only a moment away, and I put the first half of that phrase right here. The bamboo feels quite nice, and it has a nice look over there. I also got the green trim that goes around the logo right here, and you're seeing it close up right now. But of course we have the metal frame that goes all the way around, but once you get to the front, that's where the things get a little bit interesting. I have the bamboo on the back for me, but I have black and green accents on the front just to rep my Android Authority colors. As we take a look at the documentation, everything sustainably sourced, you know, their mission statement and whatnot. A SIM tray tool to be able to get the SIM card out or to put one in. It has the nice Moto logo on there, so you're not mistaken which one you're using. And there you go. Those are the contents of the Moto X box. Taking another look at the back right here, there's no plastic for us to remove on there, but it looks really nice. I'm really impressed by just sort of the build quality. I've always wanted a bamboo Moto X, and I finally have my chance to with this new version. But of course on the front we have the Moto X logo. This is the Pure Edition, as I said already. And here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and take off the plastic and we'll get into the setup right now. Now, as far as build quality goes, I have to say the metal frame, especially over here on the sides, really does a good job of adding even more to the general build quality and design of this particular phone. Before, it was just a completely plastic phone, but now having that metal there does add a little bit of weight to the phone, but at the same time, it also adds this sort of thought that you have a pretty sturdy phone all around. And that is the frame that separates not only the design of the front, but also the design on the back, which I think is a brilliant move because, well, with the previous Moto X, I would have wanted a white front with the bamboo back, because to me that is pretty much what the better looking combination was. But when I looked at this on Moto Maker, I realized that metal frame really does separate the two elements, and thus you're able to have the best of both worlds. Like I said already, these are Android Authority colors up on the front, and then of course the bamboo on the back. Now on the back, I will admit that this green lining around the Moto logo, I'm not too sure about that. It does sort of clash with what is around this particular area, but it's a very small blemish on what is otherwise a very attractive phone, at least in my opinion. Again, I will reiterate from my previous video on the Moto X that the large Moto logo might not necessarily be for everyone. It is a dimpled design that kind of caves in a little bit, and yes, it might clash a little bit with what is otherwise a very clean back, but nonetheless, this is the configuration that I wanted. The only thing that I really feel like when it comes to the ergonomics is the fact that because the sides, so you have that curve on the back that allows it to sit very nicely in your hand, but the curves, or rather the flatness of the sides due to the metal construction, might make it a little bit tougher to sort of pinch when it comes to utilizing this phone. I have had an instance already where it almost slipped out of my hand solely because there's very little real estate on the sides in order for you to really pinch and hold the phone. That's the only gripe that I have. It's not even really a gripe, it's just something that I noticed when it came to the ergonomics of this phone, but otherwise it is a very nice feeling and nice looking phone all around, especially when you make it look the way that you want it to. After all, you make a nice looking phone, you're gonna get a nice looking phone. Now, one thing that I do have to mention is the fact that the review unit actually arrived at the same exact time as my personal unit, and you can see them two right here. It's actually a nice opportunity for me to show you the different colors or the different types of configurations that you can have when it comes to using Moto Maker. Obviously, I have my personal version on the right side with the Android Authority colors, and then on the left side over here we have the white edition with the silver accents. But the review unit also came with another funny little quirk. It came in bamboo as well. Now you're going to notice something right off the bat here, that my particular Moto X happens to have a darker shade. That did disconcert me a little bit as well, so I called Motorola and I asked them what the deal was. Well, apparently when it comes to getting different fronts, the white or the black one, they will make the shade of the wood on the back, especially when it comes to the bamboo version, a little bit darker to blend in with the overall aesthetic of the phone. What you're going to see also is that if we look at the two sides right here when it comes to the metal frame, that it is a little bit darker because it has to blend in with the front that is black, and that's fine. It makes quite a bit of sense. I personally would have preferred this lighter shade of bamboo on there, but from what I can tell, these are still bamboo backings. They have the same exact feel and characteristics, so that's okay with me still. And so there you have it for this first impression and unboxing of the Moto X, my personal Moto X that I'm super excited to use because, well, last year's Moto X was one of my favorite phones of the year, and now we're going to continue with hopefully with this one, but we're going to find out obviously if that is the case in my full review. Stay tuned to Android Authority for all of the best coverage as I use the Moto X as my daily driver and also as our social media phone for Android Authority, and you can see that on our Instagram and Twitter. You'll see the links down below in the description so you can follow us and find out what is going on and get sneak peeks at what is in the pipeline for you guys, our wonderful viewers. So keep it tuned here to Android Authority, watch the content from my colleagues in Android, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and drop us some likes on those videos because we are your source for all things Android.